Hi guys, I'm Ram Agarwal. You are watching my channel 52 Pixels. Let's get started. Hi guys, in today's tutorial we are going to see what is the difference between place linked, place embedded and open a file. So well, you must have seen in the last few tutorials which were on mockups, you must have seen that to import an image onto a file, what I did is just go to file and place embedded, and then I chose the image and then I placed it on the image that I needed to be. But did you realize that there's one more option that is called as place linked? And instead of doing place embedded, I could have just gone to file, open, and opened the file that I desired, but I didn't do that. So what is the difference between place linked, place embedded and the normal open file and then cut and paste it in the required position? So well, what happens is that, so suppose if I want to paste this, okay, I'll just go to open, and if I want to paste this image on top of this page, what I'll have to do is just I'll open and then I'll drag this image and place it accurately on top of that, and then you'll realize that the size is a little small, so you'll have to kind of like scale it up so that it matches the main image size, and then you have your image pasted on this image. But as you can see, it's a little tedious task, and more than tedious, it is actually a little time consuming task, even if it consumes like 5 to 10 seconds. But it is like a time consuming task because you have to get this image, then drag it and then paste it on the new image, and it's like a lot of work, right? So nobody wants to do that work, so there's something called as place embedded, so that provides a little ease. So now if I just go to place embedded and then I just tap on this one and place it over here, as you can see, it automatically resizes itself and it is placed on top of this image exactly just the way I want it to be. So instead of scaling it up, transforming it, dragging it, pasting it, so instead of doing all that work, just place embedded and select that file. So it has just placed that file on top of this one, and it has automatically done the scaling work and the transformation work. So I don't have to worry about anything, and plus it has converted it into a smart object. So that's a little positive side of using place embedded, because you are saved with all this series of work that you could have done using the normal traditional way, using opening a file, then dragging it, pasting it over here, transforming it, then right click and say that you are a smart object. So that's a lot of work. And now comes the third option, which is called as place linked. So again, using place linked, I can just open the image that I want and I can just tap on place, and it is again going to do the same thing as place embedded did. It is again going to open that image and it is directly going to upscale it in order to match with this background image, and I don't have to do any work. But the difference over here is that it is a linked image. It is not a smart object as place embedded did. So instead of that, it is a linked image. So what happens in this case is that, suppose I save this file, so I don't flatten it, I just save it as a .psd file, so that if I want to share it with you, what you will have to do is you will just have to download it, and it is going to get opened in your Photoshop folder with all these layers intact, just the way it is in my Photoshop document. So in this one, as you can see, it is a linked file. So if I happen to share this Photoshop document, it is just going to open all the files except this file. And what error it is going to show? It is going to show an error that the PSD file contains linked images or text which is not there inside your desktop, which means that Photoshop needs this image to be sent along with the file, so that it is going to get stored in your desktop, so that once you open the PSD file, Photoshop has the access to this image because it is a linked image. And if I don't send you this image, what is Photoshop actually going to link with? So Photoshop doesn't have any option because there's no such image that Photoshop has to link with. So it is a kind of a downside of using place link, but the use of that is you can just have the original file like this image and you also have the PSD file, so you can work around with that. But I don't see any other use in using the place linked format, whereas place embedded is useful because in this case you don't have to share the file, because it is just going to get stored as if you copied this image and pasted it over here. So just like the traditional way, it is going to get saved with the PSD file, and you won't have to share the separate file of this image. And as you know, with this one as well, with the traditional open and paste file as well, it is going to be the same thing. So here we come to the main difference part. So the main difference is that in open, it is a good way of working with the files, but it is just a very long way, because you have to do the same thing that you could have done using the place embedded file, but you will have to do it in around 6 to 7 different steps. So you don't want to waste so much of energy using all that different steps to reach to that point. Instead, you can just use place embedded and it is going to give you the result just the way you want it. Now going to place linked. Again, place linked is almost the same as place embedded in terms of converting the image to the proper size and matching the edges and everything. But the main difference over here is that it is a linked file. So as this file is linked, you need to share the original source file so that Photoshop can access it anywhere you share it. So if I just happen to save it now, and if I just share it with you, your Photoshop is going to show you an error that this Photoshop contains this file that is not inside your desktop. So you may want to download that, and it's again a lot of work. So there's a small difference, but again, all of these three things come with their own uses and their own benefits, and you might definitely want to try all of these three once you start working with clients, or once you start working with once you start doing freelancing on anything. So that time you're going to realize that okay, there are these three different things and what are the different uses of using these three. But still, I would suggest using place embedded because that's a easier way, but sometimes you don't have to scale it up like according to the background size. So that time you can use the normal traditional way. And apart from that, these two like place embedded and place linked provide two different benefits as well. So the benefit is that if I just drag this image and paste it over here, it is just going to name the layer as layer 1. But if I place it embedded or I place it as a linked file, it is going to give the name automatically. It is the name of the file that has it is the name of the file that it is saved with. So I have this file saved on my desktop with the name of photography contest. So it is placing it embedded over here with the layer name of photography contest. So that's some small differences that you can realize once you start working with place linked, place embedded, and open a file. So well, that's it for today, guys. If you found the video to be helpful, please like the video, and in case of any queries or suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me through the comment. With that being said, it's me, Agarwal, signing off for the day. See you in the next one. Thank you.